Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and thank you for watching this. So whether you're on YouTube or Rumble, I appreciate it. If you're over on YouTube, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, just check and make sure you're still subscribed. If you're over on Rumble, give it a rumble or follow the channel. All right, today we are working on part 3 of the Horse Knights Lion Castle alternative build. This was originally set number 31168. We've got 2 copies of it, and we're building an alternate build. In fact, let me show you what it's going to look like when it's done. Let's see. There we go. It'll look like this giant monstrosity right here. And so far, we've gotten pretty far, and we're just working on it. Let's go ahead and let's stop sharing and switch cameras, and let's just get starting to build because I'm excited. I want to get this over with. How's everyone's Sunday morning, afternoon going? I'm doing pretty good. Let's say Brett's Builds, how you doing? And hey Hoarder, how you doing? And so far right now we're working on the throne room, and a lot of today is going to be the throne room. I was working, I got several of the pieces lined up, and just going to do the best we can, get as far as we can. I would love it if we finished this today. I just don't know if that's possible. We'll have to see. But I do have upcoming this week. Like I said, I'm going to be gone starting on Tuesday, and I'm going to be gone for a week. I do have some videos that are in the wings just waiting. So there will be some content while I'm out, but not a whole lot. Definitely the city update will happen this week, as well as the state of the city address. And then I have the comparison of the 3-in-1. This very castle, all 3 of them, I shot it before I broke them apart. So that video is coming. All right, so we put 2 candlesticks, and then looks like we're building a chair now. These instructions this guy made, they're pretty janky. They're all over the place. And Brett's Bill says, hi, John, and Chip Off, thank you. I appreciate you being here, Brent. I really do. Well, yesterday was my typical get stuff done day, and got a lot done. I went down to Ogden and saw my friend Brent, and Brent let me know there were a couple Lego deals. So we hit a couple different Walmarts and picked up deals, and I'm happy to tell you that I've got more parts for my shop, for my Bricklink store. So we'll be, well, I don't know if I won't get it done before I leave. I know that, but I should be able to, as soon as I get back, get those pieces together and list them in my store. So I'm looking forward to that, guys. I'm looking forward to having that done. And speaking of things being done, we've got the chair done. Let's go ahead and let's place it here. There we go. And also, I picked up my sister's dog. It's one that you guys, I don't think you guys have seen before. Her name is Lila, and my brother-in-law, he's having hip replacement surgery tomorrow. And so he's not able to care for her. So he asked me or I offered to babysit her, or dog sitter, whatever you want to call it, until he's done with his ordeal there. Because he's got 2 weeks of recovery in a skilled nursing facility. So anyway, I've got Lila here with me. And hello, Miss Chip. How you doing? No, I did not hear. There was another church shooting in Grand Blanc, Michigan today. She was down at the church. Oh, man. What the heck is going on? Yeah, we've got this going on here. Little table with some food on it. I do care about what you said, Miss Chip. I'm just trying to gauge what response I should have because I know most of the things I say YouTube won't agree with. And but I honestly I think it's just really tragic. I mean, you go to church to worship and you don't make it out alive. Yeah, that's not cool. And that just should not be a concern of anybody's. Okay, so we need to grab some more plates over here. Forgot some little. Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't know what's going on in this world that we have to even worry about this stuff. No deaths this one. Yeah, but it's not like getting shot feels good. Regardless, it's just, in my opinion, tragic that this is even going on. Huh. Oh, I put that the wrong way. Yeah, this guy's instructions just not the best. Oh well, I get the general idea and I'm able to build it regardless of instructions having many errors in it. I don't even know. It's over 10 so far, I can tell you that. Well, I did hear that the leader or prophet of the Mormon church passed away last night. I was watching something on YouTube and it switched over to a video that just got released, and I was like, oh dang. And then I looked at it and he had passed away maybe within the last hour. So yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Well, I have a couple jokes for you guys. I need to get to those. And the first joke is probably the worst one, but I love it. And the joke is, what do you get a woman who has everything? Well, the answer to that is, I'm not really sure, but I'd start with penicillin. I can't tell if Enzo enjoys having Lila around. Now, him and Lila have lived together before, so I don't know whether he enjoys it or not. He's kind of acting like he does. He doesn't like it when Gertie's around, though. I can tell you that. But he's been playing with Lila, so I'm thinking he does like having her around. So we do have Wally, the new Wally, and Eve. And we need to build that one sometime here soon. I also have the previous version of Wally I need to build so we can compare them. And this little piece is going to be a problem. This is the second time this is falling off. So yeah, we've got that to build. We've got the 2 windmill villages from the one-piece set that are going in the water. Okay, this piece is officially evil. Okay. So what are you guys' plans for today? Who's got what going on? I don't have a whole lot going on. I need to get some stuff going on. Like I need to get Spencer to empty the trailer so I can use the trailer. Because I need that for my trip on Tuesday. I need it emptied. Well, I grabbed the wrong piece. Oh, there's the right piece right there, though. Doesn't matter. Getting ready for the week. Have combat lifesavers training all week. And Mr. Chip's visit this week. Yeah, it doesn't seems like my visit couldn't come at a worse time, though. But that's all right. There is no other time for us to do this visit because of her schedule and my schedule, and we're trying to close out the storage unit before we get charged for it again. Because it's so dang expensive. It's like $250 a month. I'm going to turn on the fan, guys. It's getting too hot in here for me. So yeah, no matter what I do, it gets hot up here. It's nice for the winter time because then you have less heating because all the heat rises up here. But during the summer, that's like the worst. And I know it's fall, but it's still warm enough. I was having a heck of a time this morning with these Legos. They're shooting off everywhere, doing whatever they want. Okay, so we got this little section done, and then we need to build something else here. Hey, Greg, how's it going, man? How you been? And Albert, it's good to see you again. I'm doing great this morning, actually. I'm tired, but I'm actually doing pretty good. And for some reason, these pieces right here, I laid them out, but I didn't use them. Huh. Was I smoking something when I did it? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I don't smoke. Greg, I've been in ER all night. My grandpa and dad are having problems. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. How are they? I hope they're all right, Greg. I found a cool free mock for a Black Falcon castle, so I've been looking into that on Brick. Oh, awesome. Now, I say the following with a caveat. I do have a Bricklink store, but I do not expect you to. I'm just saying that Bricklink can be a good source, and then it can be a bad source. It really depends on the seller, and I hate to say that, but it's true. Grandma's in a room, and my dad's at home. Okay, all right. So it sounds like your dad's doing somewhat better then. Well, regardless of what's going on, Greg, I hope both make a full recovery. I think I shared with you guys that my dad had a heart attack a couple weeks ago. So I definitely understand the scare, and it's not any fun. And I just sincerely hope that no matter what, they're both okay. Oh, flip this guy around. Okay. I really do like it when I have time to set out these pieces first. It just goes so much better. How's my group of chicks doing? They're doing all right. Actually, when I got home late last night, I went out there and I checked on them, and the two baby, well, they're not really babies anymore. The two smaller chicks, they're doing pretty good actually. They I think they prefer being outside because the 27-gallon tote was okay, but I mean they've obviously outgrown it, so I'm sure it was tough on them. And so having, oh gosh, that did not feel good. Did not feel good at all, guys. Ouch. Let's see if I can rectify the situation. Yeah, I went out there and checked on them, and I refilled their water, and they're scared of humans. I got them from my sister, so I've only had them for about 2 weeks. They've gotten better about being around humans, but I don't think my sister really paid attention to them at all. And a lot of people don't. I mean, chickens aren't really pets. They can be, but they're typically not. They're just typically food. So they have not been handled by humans a lot, so they're scared. I hope Jenny won't get jealous. Oh, Jenny's always jealous. She, especially Greg, she doesn't like it when I go to the grocery store. Because every time I go, that girl, the cashier, she's always checking me out. And the big group of chickens, I actually like them a lot better than I liked my last group of chickens. My last group of chickens, I tried to be friendly towards them, but they just weren't interested. They always ran away from me, and that rooster always tried charging me. Well, not always, but he tried several times, and I had to hit him. Well, I kicked him in the head is what I did. He was trying to hurt me. So this batch of chickens is definitely better. They have not started laying eggs, though. I'm hoping that is something they start doing, because I could sure use that. And then also I forgot to, but I need to head to the feed store tomorrow and grab some feed, because I'm not going to have enough to last me while I'm gone. And yeah, Spencer has no way of getting it. He just has an e-bike, and that hurt too. Ouch. See you guys. Don't ever say I'm not dedicated to this channel. Look at this. I'm bleeding for you guys sometimes. Blood, sweat, and tears. Enzo's doing all right. He's over here in the corner, and as I was saying a little bit earlier, I think he enjoys having Lila here. He's definitely been hanging out with her, and for some reason they keep going behind the shop where I can't see them on the cameras while they're together. So I wonder what funny business is going on between them. After all, they are male and female. So I guess I need to start calling Enzo a dirty dog. Just kidding. I don't know. Okay, so we have this here. All right, just making sure that I have it lined up correctly. Oh, let's get that. Trying to make puppies. Well, trying's always going to do, because Enzo's been fixed, so he shoots blanks. But I guess that won't stop him from trying. We're just going to start calling him a dirty old dog, because that's what he is. Okay. I did lay out quite a few pieces, so got more here. No, actually, sometimes I imagine or narrate what Enzo's thinking in his head. And I know I'm probably not that far off the mark. But I think I've got a dog that cusses at me a lot. I think sometimes when I talk to him, I think I see the look on his face that says, not this shit again. What's wrong with this guy? Max, he's doing all right. Max is, I came home last night, and shortly after I came home, Spencer went to sleep, and Max was laying on him, and I didn't know that Spencer went to sleep, so when I went to go talk to him, opened his bedroom door, and he was out, but Max was there, and Max made sure that I knew that he was there, and he wanted some loving, so I gave him some pets. And yeah, Max is actually a really sweet cat, guys. I really do like him. And plus the fact there's that time he saved my bacon. So I've got a lot of good things to say about Max. Okay, so now we did build the other side. Let's go for that. How are your dogs doing, Greg? I know they're your grandma's dogs, right? I always like this look on the castles they've been doing the last several years. You're craving a big juicy steak. Well, I think you and John should meet up. John's always talking about having a good old slice of steak, which I mean, I like it too. I mean, he's, you know. Okay, so I like the little cottage look here. What's up, folks? YouTube blacked out on me. Oh, man. It's probably because, I don't know, YouTube likes to do that. I don't know what's wrong with them, man. And I really don't like it when they try to regulate what we're saying and stuff. Yeah, I was waiting for you to start. Oh, wow. I've been here. Sorry about that, John. Oh, boy. It does feel kind of weird for me because normally I've just got whole long list of things that need to be done. I've got things that could be done, but I don't have anything urgent today. Everything just kind of, well, if I get to it, that'd be awesome. But it's nothing like yesterday where I had to get the grocery shopping done and I had to get there before 9 o'clock or else Walmart closes. Like, there's none of that going on. It's just really kind of a lazy and relaxed kind of day, which, okay, I take issue with this guy. Look at this. He has me put a door and it can't open. What is that? Yeah, it does. It can't open. Gosh. And if I flipped it around, it couldn't open because of the bed. So no matter what, this guy's instructions are just weird. There we go. I forgot. Probably just structure. Yeah, probably. But I don't like it when they do that. I like my stuff to be functional. And if you've noticed on my city, everything is functional. But whatever. It's not mine. It's not my creation. I don't take credit for it. Yeah, it has to be structural. Boy, this thing's very fragile. What's my favorite part of the Lego store? It's got to be the pick-a-brick wall. How about you? I love the pick-a-brick wall. I mean, after all, it's kind of a lot of times I go in there, they don't have anything I want, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. And the fact that the times that I do walk in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was looking for. Those are the best. I love it. Like I go to the pick-a-brick wall, and sometimes they've had masonry bricks on there, and I can't get enough of those masonry bricks. And then whenever they have like little shrubs, flowers, that kind of stuff, any sort of greenery, oh, I love it. Those are the best. How about you, Greg? What do you? What's your favorite part of the Lego store? Remember when Lego was doing that passport system where you could get a Lego passport, have a different store stamp it? I mean, they gave me one, but I never did anything. I never got it stamped. The pick-a-brick wall or displays. Yeah, I actually kind of got mad at Lego because I just don't like their reasoning sometimes. There used to be a local group in Salt Lake that used to, and I don't think they were the Lug. I think they were someone else. They used to do these big displays in the store. And I loved it, and I thought it was cool. And then all of a sudden, I came in one day, and I didn't see it. And I thought, okay, well, maybe they're just changing it out. So, a couple more visits to the store over time, and I noticed it wasn't coming back. Nothing was replacing it. So I asked the Lego employees, I'm like, hey, what happened to your display? You guys going to get another one? And he's like, no, Lego doesn't do it anymore. And I'm like, really? Why not? And they're like, oh, because Lego's excuse or Lego's reason is because not every store can have a great display. No store can have it. We want them to be equal. And it's like, what are we, communists? Like, what the hell? You guys just got rid of a great opportunity. You've got great builders in your area. And why not have stores that are unique? Stores like, oh yeah, this is the store that always has cool displays. I mean, why not? I don't know. I do have issues with the way, and I've mentioned it before, but I've got issues with the way Lego companies run. I just can't stand the fact that they, no, never mind, I'm not going to get all that. According to my channel, this channel, according to my channel's label, this channel is for promoting the hobby of Lego, so I need to quit being negative about it. And I just got to get used to the fact that things aren't going to happen the way I want them to, damn it. All right. See, I like this little cottage looking thing. Little blacksmith shop down here. Looks like a little horse thing here. Bricks and minifigures always surprise you. It does. And I do like bricks and minifigs. I almost went yesterday, but I had already gone to 3 Walmarts. So I was like, nah, I think I'll skip it. All right, so we got to do 2 of these little door things. And this is where the instructions weren't clear, and I had to really look at them to figure out where they go. Do you have a bricks and minifigures close to you, Greg, or anywhere close? Nice. I'm saying nice because this thing decided to break off. And now I got to figure out how to get it back in there. Well, I heard something break off. Where'd it go? This is so weird. Oh, boy. The problem is I can't get my hands in there. There we go. And I heard something break off, but there's nothing rattling around. Oh, there it is. All right, well, that's why. Okay. That's fixed. Not close to you? Okay. You know, I've wondered about opening a bricks and minifigs. I just don't know what it would take to open one. So, and I know with how small my town is, it would not survive. Not unless I can get like a building that didn't charge much rent, which that's not going to happen around here. All right, I love this little door. I love brick built doors. All right, let's move on, shall we? we're going to build this cool little candlestick thing here. I do like it. I like the use of these small little pieces, and this little round clip is a fairly new piece. It's not brand new. It's been a couple other sets, but I'd say it's probably only about less than a year old. How's the daughters doing? I'm pretty good. I heard through the grapevine that Natalie's going to be stationed in Japan, which I'm not going to like because that means that I won't see Asia at all. I barely see her as it is, and now I'm not going to see her at all. So I'm not going to like that, but I am happy for them that they're able to visit a foreign country. I honestly feel like Germany was a good experience for my kids so they can experience a different culture. I did hear from my daughter Jessica, my oldest one, recently. She didn't say a whole lot. She says she's doing all right. Hates her job. I think that's pretty normal. I wish I just had a job. But yeah. And then Amanda, I tried calling her a couple times this week, and it's just gone to voicemail. And she hasn't called me back, which is not like her, but I don't know. I also figure she's kind of mad at me because she asked me for money and I told her nope. And the last one's not a daughter. It's my son. He's doing all right. But in all fairness, you didn't even ask about him. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, Jessica's my oldest. Okay, it zooms out, but there's like nothing going on here. All right, I don't know. This guy's instructions, like I said, they're leaving a lot for wanting, especially when it has to do with good instructions. Because I shouldn't. Okay, here's my criteria of good instructions. I should never have to guess what they're asking me to do next. I thought I felt my phone go off. I know I felt it go off. Okay, well, whatevers. Okay, so I am out of pieces that I've pre-sorted. That's not a problem, though, because I could just do this. And there's not... This pile isn't, like, really, really thick to the point where I can't see things pretty easily. So I don't mind keeping it going because I want to get this done. This is my morning coffee right here. I do have other jokes for you guys. Okay, I don't know how to do this, so I'm oh no, come on. I don't know how to look up reels that I've saved on Facebook. I saved a bunch though. Okay, I went to reels and it didn't like that. Oh well, I don't know how to do it. Lego Jeffo, how you doing? I saved a couple reels because I liked the jokes that were in them and I was going to share them with you, but I'm not that computer literate. That joke about the penicillin, that came from a reel. I just happen to remember it. So how's your Sunday morning going, Jeffo? What you up to today? Any big plans? Going to win the lotto? Going to strike oil? Or is it going to be like Futurama, where they don't do much of anything and they pretty much screw up each other's they screw up each other's lives all the time? That's exactly what Seinfeld, the show, used to be too. 4 friends that always messed it up for each other. I loved Seinfeld though. I still have my my 9 DVDs somewhere. How do you feel about bootleg Lego? I'm okay with it. In fact, Lumi Bricks, I got my eye on a couple of their sets, and if I can come up with the money, I'd like to buy some. I like the fact that they do the light kits for free included. Something Lego's never done. And actually, I'm glad to see somebody taking the competition to Lego. Because, I mean, yes, we've had Mega Blocks for all these years, but you're a cashier. I can't respect the man. Yeah, I remember that one. That's a good one, Albert. Just got back from church. Did some Lego building yesterday. We'll do some more today. Yeah, Lego building's... I don't know about you guys. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious, man. Like, building Legos is therapeutic for me. Except for when I bust my knuckles on them and I start swearing, but that's a whole nother story. You don't need to hear all that. It's the way she says, Jerry. Yeah, Lumi Bricks. That's the one. Yeah, they kind of messed up and called themselves Fun Hole Bricks at first, and people were making fun of them, and I think they caught on that that's not a proper name. I try not to get too mad when struggling with the build. Me neither, but I have, sometimes you press down the brick underneath it gives, and then I've caught like a corner, and I've actually cut myself on a Lego before. And those times, all bets are off. I'm mad. Hey, Lila. You guys can't see her because she's small. I don't think you can. Come here, Lila. Yeah, I guess you can see her head. Well, that's awesome. My wife will step in and help me when I get frustrated. Mine steps in and helps too. She'll knock the rest of it over. I was kidding. I'm joking. She doesn't do that. Well, here's Lila. Here. Oh, that's right. Can't touch you there. Lila's really sick right now. She's got a big old tumor, and they say that the cancer's advanced enough that she's just got a short time left with us. She's not in pain yet, so my sister doesn't want to put her down, but my brother-in-law is having surgery tomorrow, and he's having his hip replaced, so he can't take care of her. And they talked about having her put down just because no one could take care of her. And it's not that they want to have her put down. It's that money's really tight for them right now, and the boarding, they couldn't afford to put her up for boarding. So anyway, being the awesome brother that I am, self-proclaimed, by the way, I offered to step in and watch Lila while he's recovering, so that way she didn't have to be put down. Because I understand that animals sometimes need to be put down, but this one just really bothered me because it's like, kind of feel like they were just doing it out of convenience rather than being really necessary to have her put down. So rather than complaining about it, I stepped in and said, hey, I'll do it. And they were really grateful. They're like, yes, please do. So Lila's going to be with me for about 2 weeks. And then when my brother-in-law gets out of the hospital, he can have her back. Well, I'm not finding some of these pieces I need. I didn't think it was going to be that hard because I really don't have a whole lot on the table. Well, Jeffo, I'm a big animal lover. I mean, Enzo, for instance, he's a rescue, and I don't know. Me and Miss Chip were talking about this the other day. Almost none of the animals that we've ever had, and we've had a lot of animals. We've been married 29 years. Just most of them, we have not gone out and got any pets. You know, being that Mrs. Chip is in the military, we've gotten quite a few of our animals from people that are moving, and they're just like, oh, I can't take them with me. I'm just going to take them to the pound. And then I feel bad, and I'm like, you're not going to do it to an animal. That's cold. Because, I mean, an animal does not understand why it got abandoned in some place where it doesn't get attention, and they're always cold. And I don't like the pound. So we've picked up so many animals that way. I mean, like Enzo, I didn't ask for him. My same sister that owns Lila had him for a short time because he was a rescue and he was trying to kill her goats. So my sister said, hey, I don't want to take him back to the pound or the rescue, whatever you want to call it. She asked if I could take him. And of course I felt bad for him. And I didn't really want a dog because at the time, the only thing we had was one cat, and that was Spencer. So I wasn't even taking care of him. So, but we end up with Enzo, and we've had him for 3.5 years now. So, yeah, 29 years. Yeah, 29 years. It's you know, I'll be completely honest with you. It hasn't been a happy 29 years, but it hasn't been a hellacious 29 years either. you go through periods where you'll have a couple good years, and then you might have a couple bad years, then you might have a couple good years. I mean, things come and go in cycles. I think the most important part of a marriage is the part that, number one, you're both imperfect people living together, so things are going to happen. And whether you try to or not, feelings are going to get hurt. So you got to be mindful that you're both imperfect and have forgiveness in your heart. That doesn't mean you get walked all over. That just means that you understand that someone's going to make a mistake, and you want to be met with the same mercy that you would want when you make a mistake. There's that. And the fact that, it's a commitment. When I got married, I didn't say until it's no longer convenient. It was until death do us part. So that's the problem. It's a commitment. And I don't think enough people understand that they really are making a commitment. But I've enjoyed my time being married with Miss Chip. We've had a lot of good times, a lot of good memories. 4 kids together, 2 grandkids. So can't really complain about all that. It's been good. At this point, too, I mean, what am I going to do? I'm stuck with the old hag. I mean, just kidding. I've only said that because I'm wondering if she's listening. But congratulations on 8 years. I mean, you don't see too many relationships lasting that long either anymore. It's really sad just how things just don't last like they used to. Hi, Miss Chip. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Well, I got to decide on what I'm going to do after this build. And I think talking to Spencer about getting that trailer emptied would be a good start. I do need that trailer by Tuesday. It's funny, I met my wife on Plenty of Fish, but she worked as a secretary in doctor's office. That is funny. So you kind of, I mean, you at least knew who she was. You may not have known her very well, but you'd probably at least seen her a few times in real life. And then you get online and it's like, oh, hey, she's actually available. Is that kind of what happened there? I mean, that sounds cool. I understand that a lot of people meet their significant others online now. For me, for the longest time, that was a weird concept because given my age, when I first started being on the internet, you would hear about people meeting people on the internet, and they were always horror stories. And this is the early days of the internet. Now, things have changed. I mean, people don't really like to approach people. A lot of people don't like being approached. And so going online is pretty common anymore. And it's not a weird or anything. It's nothing. It's just common. So, but I remember back when it wasn't so common and it was like, oh, you met her online? Oh, well, how's it going? I mean, now it's just like, I mean, John, who is on this channel, he was married for, I think, like 8 years. And he met her online. So that's, I guess, pretty common. Oh, you didn't even recognize her? Oh, okay. That's even funnier. Well, now that I think about it, it's kind of the same thing with John. I hope John doesn't mind me sharing this, but John's wife, or now his ex-wife, he met his wife through I think it was eHarmony, if I remember right. And she ended up being, I think it was the niece or the daughter of his doctor. And something like that. And he lived in New Jersey, which is it's not a small area. So that's really cool that he was able to, in my opinion, find someone basically in his own backyard. So, yeah, online is a common state of affairs. It is. So it's not the weirdness that I heard about in the beginning, but yeah, I had in the beginning of online stuff, it was weird for me because I wasn't even looking, and women would approach me online, and I'd be like, you must be really desperate because you have no idea who I am. I could be a 600-pound man living in my mom's basement, don't have a job. I never put on more clothing than underwear, and you wouldn't know it. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember internet chat rooms? I remember that. Hey, Jeff, I'm sitting here watching my favorite YouTube person while working on my JM Bricklayer Black Pearl. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm glad you guys have your own projects and you got things going on. And Kenneth, I think I'm thinking of buying that Lumi Brick hen house. Yeah. I like the winery, the Lumi Bricks, and I'm trying to remember the other one. It's an older building, kind of looks like it's Italian. Oh, I'd have to look at I'd have to look at the internet again. Ken says, I'm blown away from that story. That Black Pearl's probably, yeah. I'm not a fan of the Lego Black Pearl only because it's $300 something, and I don't know. Like I used to not think twice about it, but I've become a lot more conscientious about what I'm buying lately because of it. The prices are it's outrageous. I'm not getting that Death Star, I can tell you that. I don't even think it's worth the value. It's not about not having the money. It's just the value of it. Okay, so what do we have here? Yeah, $1,000. Oh, no, not AliExpress. Okay, yeah, AliExpress is good, by the way. I do like their custom minifigures they have. Those crack me up. Okay, so I need this over here. $1,000 for a diorama compilation is crazy work. It is. I just don't agree with it. And it's a diorama, and I've seen videos of it, and it looks so empty. If you take out the minifigures, it looks really hollow. Doesn't look like much. Oh, man, this thing fell off again. This is going to be a thorn in my side, this little anvil down here. And now that I've built all the way around it, it's really hard to get it back on there. Okay, All right. I got it back on there. The only part that looks good is the minifigures. I definitely see where you're coming from, man. I got, okay, so I watched several videos, and one of them was of a guy who's on the, he works for Lego, and he's on the Star Wars design team. And, you know, he was asked some tough questions about why certain aspects weren't living up to what it should. And one of the things they asked him about was the dual molded legs for any of the characters. And he specifically said he couldn't do it for C-3PO because it took away from the budget that they had, and they were constrained by the budget. And I'm thinking, okay, you're asking $1,000, but you're worried about how much money you're going to make off of it? No, you've got plenty of room. And then what I liked was the guy who did the video rebutted back to the guy and says, but wait a minute, what do you mean dual molded legs are so expensive? He's like, you guys have this keychain right now of C-3PO, and it's dual molded. And the guy didn't have an answer for that. So, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we got to build another one of those little flags. Let's get her done then. I got this JM Bricklayer Lego Black Pearl and Flying Dutchman Bismarck for $180. I can't get the regular Lego Captain Jack's Empire ship because I do have to do more maintenance on my car. Well, having a vehicle to drive around is certainly more important than plastic bricks. I've had some good builds from Ali and some are so-so. I like their custom minifigures. I've bought some of their custom minifigures, and a couple of the people on my beach are AliExpress minifigures. And, you know, yes, they look a little bit different in the packaging, but once you get them on the city, they don't, I can't even tell they're not Lego. They're pretty good quality. I don't agree. Oh, sorry, missed one. Bronzino, I can't say that. Sorry. Hello. By the way, I just got that set, and the last one at my local store. It's a really good set. It's on display. Yeah, this one here is a custom build of 2 of those sets, and so I decided to go with it. And this is the first time I've ever done this. Usually, I just build the official Lego sets and then I'm done with them, but this time I was like, you know what? I see some good builds on Rebrickable. And so I bought them, the instructions, and I tore apart my castles. And I apologize, I laid out a bunch of pieces and I'm not done. I got through all those pieces, so now I'm digging a little bit, and sometimes it goes really well and I find it right away, and then other times like this I'm having more difficulty than I thought I would. Sometimes if I stand up, it just, because of a different angle, it just pops right out. So let me do that. Ow, my knee popped. Yep, I thought that's exactly what would happen. Couldn't find it, stand up, and there it is. I don't agree with Lego on their prices. I don't either. I have a lot of issues with Lego in their, what I want to call price gouging as of late. The $1,000 Death Star is just a joke. And I've said this before, and I really, really mean this. I hope enough people see what's going on and they don't buy the set. because guys, if they make money off of this $1,000 Death Star, we are going to see more sets come out that are going to be in the $1,000 range, and they're not going to be any good, and we're going to have ourselves to blame, because if we buy it, we're telling them, hey, it's okay for you to come out with junk. We will buy it. And Lego's going to say, oh, really? Well, in that case, I got a whole bunch of junk for you. So I just hope enough people say no. All right, just gathering the next few pieces that I need. We got to make a chandelier. Oh, let's see. Sorry, I got a lot of comments. I'm kind of Albert. It says, yeah, and it's not even like the dual molding stuff is new. They've had it in some forms, years, bionicle projectiles, some of the Batwing. Yes, you're right. Yes, they 100% on that. I saw some of my recommendation. I saw the title was a castle set I just bought, so I thought, oh, I appreciate that, man. I also appreciate you stopping in, and then I also appreciate the fact that YouTube is recommending my channel, because smaller channels like mine, it's a lot harder to get the word out that I am here, because a lot of people don't even know I'm here. So let's see if we can scroll down a little bit here, get some more comments. Broncino bricks. Oh, I made Lego stop. You make Lego stop motion. Awesome. Well, I will try to remember after the thing to click on your name on the replay and check out your channel. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, let's he really should have had something else down there to hold that down, because that's really weak right now. Hopefully the instructions will. Nope, he did not. What a chump. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Lego claims that licensing causes their prices to go up, but their own IP property like Ninjago are still super expensive. Yeah, it's just an excuse, and I really, I'm really saddened by what I see by Lego, because I've been collecting since I was a small kid, and it's just sad to see greed creep in the way it has, to the point where it's ruining a really good product. I've actually, I'm part of a lug, and some of my lug members have left. Not because the lug is bad. It's because they just told me, hey, look, I just can't afford the Lego anymore. The price, the juice is not worth the squeeze anymore. And it's gotten to the point where I used to buy a lot of Lego, and here lately, I don't buy that much at all. Can't afford it. I saved up all my money once the set was leaked. I was going to wait until Christmas, but I saw there was one left at the store, so I got it. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes sometimes you just got to get it while it's hot with Lego, because you never know when it's coming back. All right. Let's put this down. Why is this giving me problems? There we go. It's going to be Hasbro. $2,000 for a Death Star is way too much. I'm a small channel too. Yeah, it's hard to grow on YouTube. I tried my hardest. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I admit I've had time periods where I couldn't do much with it because I've ended up with custody of one of my granddaughters a couple different times. And of course, she was so small, she was only 2. And so she was needed a lot of hands-on, if you know what I mean, because changing diapers to feeding and all that. And so anyway, that's kind of slowed the growth of the channel a little bit. But then a lot of it too is just the fact that YouTube wants to make money off the bigger channels, so they seem to push those more. They have recently started putting some of the smaller channels on the front page, but I still think they're very biased towards their larger channels because that's where their bread and butter is. That's where they make their money. It's just too bad so many things are driven by money anymore instead of good choices. Yeah, I'm hoping to get some more subscribers on my channel too. Yeah, you know, sometimes I post things on Facebook and X, but formerly Twitter, but doesn't really help out a whole lot. It does some. Like I got my last city update. I didn't feel like it was getting the views that it should, and so I sat there and I made a posting on Facebook, and I got an extra 20 views out of it. Not a whole lot, but I mean, I'll take it. As my grandpa used to say, it's better than a poking the eye with a sharp stick. I don't know why my grandpa used to say that. That guy was... You sound like a nice guy. Them I'll sub. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I'm a nice guy most days of the week. Joking around. Yeah, man, I'll look for your channel after this, and I'll definitely give it a sub. I hope I do wish you the best on that stop motion. That I tried that. That takes a long time to do, because I can't remember how long it was, but I did something like 30 minutes of filming, or taking pictures, and it was only like 30 seconds when I was done. I was like, dang it, this takes so long. Yeah, man, I support and that's the thing too, is that I've seen some channels out there that get upset when smaller channels come on their thing and they say, oh yeah, I got a YouTube channel, you can't promote yourself here. I've heard that, and it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, I don't really care. Look, the internet is a big space, and as far as I'm concerned, there's more than enough room on this thing for all of us. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. And not only that, I mean, there's so many aspects of Lego that just because you have a Lego channel doesn't mean that we're actually in direct competition with each other. I mean, you do stop motion, I don't. I do city. Maybe you do castle. Maybe you do space. There's so much there. And this guy did not explain what pieces he used. There he did. There he did. Okay. So I don't think there's any big competition problems. And I think that the space is big enough for all of us. The funny thing is YouTube puts ads in my videos, but I'm not monetized. Yeah, it does to me too. And I'm not monetized. Nap time. All right. Well, Miss Chip. She's always taking a nap. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm playing around. She had to work this morning, so I'm sure she's tired. All right, Miss Chip. Well, I'll talk to you when you're awake, I guess. I'll even talk to you when you're not awake. That's happened many times. I'm just kidding. Okay. Monday, I'm getting a new microwave. Home Tech is just replacing my existing one. I'm not trying to promote. Oh, no, you are more than welcome to. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. I think it's great. I think this is a great hobby, and I like seeing people promote something I love. So, no, don't worry about it. I hope I didn't come off any sort of way that I was at all worried about it. I'm not. I think it's great. Okay, now we have this window, which, oh, man. Because I've already built the castle, it kind of, yeah, I got to pop those out. How am I going to do that? I've been trying more and more bootleg Lego instead of the real Lego due to the pricing and scalpers buying up. Yeah, they have. They are. I take all my fake Lego out of my several Lego tote bins, and it takes forever. Yeah, sometimes when I buy those bulk bins, I have quite the problem with it. There's a lot of fake Lego in there, and I've even found like things like rubber bands. I've found not trying to gross you all out, but I mean, one time I found dog poop in a bulk thing. It was on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is very interesting. Not that I'm trying to make fun of you, but it's kind of like online dating 30 years ago. Nowadays, like I said, I know it's normal and people do it, and a lot of people meet good people, and I think that's awesome. But 30 years ago, it was like Facebook Marketplace, a giant social experiment, I think. I don't buy bulk bins. They were all for my brother and cousin and just collecting over time. Okay. I bought bulk and got an assortment of junk. Yeah, it's really weird what people will try to pass off, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's genuine Lego. And it's like, yeah, really, sure. I had one bulk buy that the only reason I bought it is because it had a monorail track, one straight monorail track and the station stop in it. And then when I got it, they had taken those out, even though they predominantly put it in the top. I did a PayPal claim on that one because the monorail stop itself is worth like, I can't remember, something like 70, 80 bucks. And that was like the only reason I really bought it, because I wanted a monorail stop. I like to buy some, though never too much Lego. No, really, there's not. I almost have to be careful saying that because if you've ever seen my shop, I've got quite a bit. All right, so what do we have here? We've got 2 more. Okay, did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Just need 1 more of these. Oh, right here. Got it. Yeah, great idea. Put it on and knock it right off. All right. So it doesn't tell us where to put it, but there it goes. Got some sort of tower here. I haven't bought any bulk for a while because I still have half a tote to sort out and organize. Yeah. The struggle is real. I do understand that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, if you have any time, I'd appreciate if you check out my Lego City videos. Those are perhaps my favorite. That's actually what got me into this altogether. I don't stream every day, but I do stream just about every day. Try to do some videos in between. I will be gone for about a week starting on Wednesday. I've got some things I need to take care of with Miss Chip. Oh, I didn't realize how hot it's getting in here. I stood up. Hi, Lila. Hope that's a toy chest and not a treasure chest. Sleeping next to your gold and stuff. I think that's a little... Anyway. Okay, fine, you can, but I'm just a kid that makes stop motion, try not to be too harsh. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I wouldn't be too harsh, man. And you're not the first. I don't know how old you are, and I'm not asking. But I've had plenty of kids underneath the age of 18 on here, and I'm trying to be as supportive as I can, because you never know, man. You can make something out of this, and you could actually end up creating a job for yourself that you would enjoy. And I'm telling you right now, for a guy who's worked a lot of different jobs in his life and has not liked a lot of them because they just aren't that great, I am all for somebody being able to expand who they are, learn new skills, and to be able to do something they enjoy for a living rather than something they have to do for a living. Well, you never know. It could turn into one. Again, I think we're doing more of that cottage look thing. I love that look. I try stop motions, but I stink at it. So do I. I tried it too, and I just couldn't. It was the amount of time that I had to put into it. Maybe there's an easier way to do it, and I just don't know about it. But I just felt like it took up a lot of time. I guess it's a good way to network and meet fellow AFOLs. It is. Also, I'm part of a lug, and I met some really good people through the lug. In fact, my current best friend is a member of that lug. His name is Brent, and meeting Brent, he's an awesome guy, because here's the deal. I am a Navy brat because my dad was in the military. His dad was the Air Force, so he's an Air Force brat. And we're like only 2 years apart from each other. We've been married for about the same amount of period. We both have kids. There's so many similarities that it was just so awesome to meet him. And, as we talk about our kids and the struggles we've had the same struggles with our kids. They're pretty close. What the heck? My phone just went berserk. Ow, I don't know what that all was. I only saw one notification, but went off like 6 times. I enjoy the Lego hobby so much that I've been doing it for 10 years. Awesome. I've been to Germany, France, and all the castles there, and they all look like that. Been to so many castles. I've been to a couple. Me and Miss Chip she was stationed in Germany there for a while, for 3 years. So I got to see a few of them. The Stuttgart Castle, the Heidelberg Castle, the Mandersheim Castle, and the big one, the Cinderella Neuschwanstein. I knew I just said that wrong. Anyway, we've been to that castle. The one that Walt Disney used for inspiration. reminding me, a Lego user group. It's a club, and some of them are sponsored by Lego and some of them are not. The lug that I belong to was not officially it was not an official lug at first, but then they got recognized later on, and now they're an official lug. Tornado warning? No. Neuschwanstein, yeah. I've been there and okay, you've been to Heidelberg. I was there in 2008, and they had a bunch of scaffolding around a big portion of it. They were, I don't know, remember what they were doing, but yeah, I remember all the scaffolding. I've got pictures somewhere. And actually, I think I know where those pictures are. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yes. You want me to put in my credentials. I just gave you my username. Hey, how you doing, JK? I do not know how to pronounce that, so I apologize. Lego is targeting more towards adults, and the Lego sets I want are getting way too much. They are. I agree with that. Let's see if I can pull up my screen, and if I can see if I can go all the way back to 2008 or 9. I can't remember. Why did it not move? I think it was 2009 because we got there in 2008. And Mrs. Chip left to, what do you call that? Iraq in 2009. Yep, here it is. Let me see if I can. Here, I'm going to share my screen here. Show you guys right here. Okay, so this is part of the Heidelberg Castle. I think some of these pictures do repeat, but yeah, a lot of it's just a rune. It's not. Yeah, it looks like I have. Yeah, see, look, a lot of it's runes. It did have scaffolding around. I can't remember where, but they had scaffolding around part of it. Anyway, yeah, I've been to Heidelberg before, Castle. Don't think I see anything really. Yeah, I don't see the scaffolding. I must have not taken a picture of that. Oh, no, I got the picture of it. Here we go. I thought I did. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, they were doing some major work to it. I don't remember why, but yeah, they had scaffolding all around it. Oh, it got bombed? Okay, well. was an interesting trip. I did enjoy my time there. We were in Germany for 3 years, if you can believe that. I enjoyed being there, but I will be honest. I liked the German people. I did not like the military. So many of the military were very rude to me because I was a male spouse, not a female spouse, and I kept hearing, well, how come you're not in the military? I don't know. Maybe because I didn't want to. Maybe because Miss Chip talked about it. And maybe we're okay with that in our relationship, so it's none of your business. But yeah, I had a lot of people that were rude to me of her in the military and her unit. And I actually got her commander kind of in trouble because he was trying to get me thrown out of Germany because he didn't like me. And, well, I'm not a likable person if you're going to pick on me, because I'm not the kind of person that just says, oh, okay, you want to pick on me? That's fine. No, I'll hit back. And I did. And he wasn't as witty as I was. If you want to hear the story, we were at her unit had a army ball, like a formal dance. And we went. And when we went, keep in mind, my wife was only in the military in this unit. It was her first unit, and she was only there for about 2 months, maybe 3. So she wasn't in there very long. And me and the kids couldn't go right away. There was a hiccup with the Army. And anyway, we got there. We're at dinner. And my wife and I, as we got there, her commander says, hey, why don't you sit at my table? It's like, okay. So I sit at his table, and he made a little bit of small talk, but he immediately says, hey, how come you're not in the Army? And, I, told him that basically I tried, and I had tried to get in the Navy, but because of a heart condition that I was born with, I was rejected. And he says, well, that sounds like an excuse. I just don't understand why your woman's in the Army and you're not. And so I said, okay. I said, tell me this. Why aren't you a doctor? And her commander says, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm not a doctor? I said, no, I'm just wondering, why aren't you a doctor? He goes, I don't know. What does that have to do with anything? And I says, well, I think what you're trying to tell me is you feel like I didn't apply myself, and that's why I'm not in the military. Well, I'm telling you, I think you should have been a doctor, but you just didn't try hard enough and apply yourself. And I got kicked out of his table. You were there for 3 weeks. Okay. Why were they rude to you? Sounds like they're jealous that American women are stronger than theirs. Maybe. I don't know. I just really didn't like the fact that, and this guy too, he tried to get me thrown off the base permanently. It didn't work. They can bar you from a post, but you have to commit a crime. And talking back to a commander is not a crime, so he was not successful. But he tried. And then when my wife did go down to Iraq, they're supposed to give us registration on the vehicles free. It's one of the things that the German government does to help out families. We don't have to pay for it. We just have to let the commander know, hey, my registration's about up. Can you renew it for me? And they'll send you stickers just like they do in the U.S. Yes, my Astro van had the big old long European license plate on it for a while. Anyway, I emailed him and I told him, the situation and asked him politely to renew my registration. Well, he wrote back to me and he goes, "Sure, whatever you need, Mrs. Carter." So yeah, he was kind of a tool. But that's enough about that. I mean, that's neither here nor there anymore. It's a done deal. But that's also why I do not live on military bases anymore, is that I cannot tell you how many times in Germany I was threatened by her command to throw me off the base. And then, of course, I lived there, so my family would have lived there and I wouldn't have. Never happened, but they tried and they threatened many times. So I just told myself, I'm not giving them that power over me. And we've lived off base ever since. And it's funny because her future commands have had to be a little bit nicer to me because they don't have that much leverage over me. But it's quite an amazing power trip when they can literally kick you out of your own home because you're living in their housing. Believe me, they'll do it. So anyway, sorry, I got off on a tangent there. I'm back. That guy, he was, and I still remember his name. I'm not going to say it here, but I do remember him. Remember him a little too well. And, okay, I wasn't going to tell this story, but since I already brought up the other stuff. Okay, so there was this time that somebody, out of all places on the military base, robbed a commissary store. Her commander, not liking me, happened to be around that area when it happened. And he told the MPs that he thought it was me because he saw me there at the commissary when it happened, when the robbery happened. And so, of course, I was initially given a letter stating that I couldn't be on base until they investigated it. But the funny thing is, it only lasted about 2 days because I worked at a place that was an hour away from the base. And at the time that the crime was committed, I was at work. And because I was in IT and we had just switched buildings, I was set up over 50 computers that day. And so I had 50 witnesses that could say, yeah, he definitely was not there. He was over here an hour away at work setting up my computer. So once they talked to a few of these people that I had helped out at work, I was given a second letter saying, "Oh, you're welcome back on base again." But yeah, that guy, he really tried. He was such a jerk. And had I had said more than what I said to him, maybe I could understand his anger. But he was definitely a person you could tell that was raised without being told the word no. So yeah. Would you fly a Eurofighter to get there? If I could. My son-in-law is in the Army stationed in Hawaii. He used to be in the Marines. He has some, yeah, sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think overall the military is a great experience. I mean, you know, my dad retired out of the military and Mrs. Chip has only got 2 years left. So I don't think the military is a bad way to go at all. I actually think it's really great. I've got a daughter who's a Marine right now, and she's getting stationed in Japan here soon. So I think it's great. And I've got a nephew, Steve, who's currently in the Army. He's a nurse, and he's doing really well for himself. So I think there's a lot of good things that could be said about the military. But like every organization, especially larger ones, there's a couple bad apples in there that they do their best to try to ruin it for the rest of everybody else. And I recognize that because my wife's last commander who just left, Chaplain Castillo, like Elvis Castillo, that guy is awesome, and I actually miss him because he would actually ask me how I'm doing, and he actually seemed like he cared, and I feel like he did. But it all depends on who you get, and sometimes what stage of life they're into matters. I hate to say that, but sometimes people, different stages of life, have different problems. Sometimes it bleeds over. Say something in German. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think what I could say. Because a lot of things come to mind, but they're not proper because I say stuff. Oh gosh. I could tell you that I don't understand. Isn't that ish for? Oh gosh, it's been so long since I spoke German. 2008. Ich verstehe nicht. I don't understand you, or I don't understand that. Oh, come on. What are some of the more common phrases I used to say? I mean, everyone knows Guten Morgen and Guten Nacht, which good night. I was never really fluent in German, but yes, I did try to speak it there because, respect that of the people that live there, and it's their country. But I will say one thing about Germans that I found really interesting while living there is that as long as you tried to speak their language, they will, they'll respect it. Because, okay, so when I first got there, we went to a mall. There was a bakery, and I tried ordering from the bakery, and I said it in English, and the lady just looks at me, and in perfect English, she says, "We don't speak English here." I was like, what? You did a really good job of saying that in English. And, it was a mall, so there was another bakery. So I just moved on and went to another bakery. And that time I was like, okay, I think I know what's going on. So I tried ordering in German. And the gal laughed at me, and she goes, "Oh, you don't have to do that." She goes, "We all speak English here." And I was like, whew, what a relief, because I was struggling. And I found that in almost every situation in Germany, is as long as I attempted to speak the language, I would earn their respect, and they would just say, no, we speak English, don't worry about it. But if I just walked up to them and I started speaking English, they would be kind of offended. So, and like I said, there's no fault against the Germans for that, because I kind of understand that. I mean, I think I would prefer someone to try to speak to me in my own language first. And then, of course, if I understood them the other language, I'd just make it easier on them. Say, hey, let's speak whatever, And you say you have a heart condition. I have one too. Yeah. I was born with what's called a patent ductus arteriosus. And it's where while you're in your mom's womb, you have this blood vessel that goes from the heart to the lungs. And at birth, it's supposed to close off, and it's supposed to wither away, and then the heart and the lung is supposed to seal itself. Well, in my case, the blood vessel, it did fall off on the inside, but the heart side, the hole never closed, and so I had a leaky heart. And they couldn't figure out why I was getting sick all the time. And then when I was 2, they figured it out, and I pretty much had emergency surgery, and they closed that up. So I have a gnarly scar from it because it happened in the 70s. Nowadays, when kids have it done, it's like a 1-inch incision. But in my case, I got lucky enough to be born before they knew how to do it that small. And so got this gnarly scar, and I made it all the way to MEPS for the Navy, and it was at MEPS that the MEPS doctor saw my scarring. He goes, "What the hell is that?" And I told him, and he goes, "Oh, no, we can't deal with that." And I was rejected. Currently, I have an aortic aneurysm that I'm dealing with, and that is mainly caused by stress, or aggravated, I should say, by stress. And it's very dangerous because it's a bubble in your aorta, and if it pops, the survival rate is only about 12%. So I have it scanned once a year to make sure everything's okay, and so far it's been well managed. My pastor's turn. That's awesome, dude. I understand a couple of the words in German there, but I don't. No. You're still growing strong. Yes, I drink water. No, kind don't drink water. Right? I remember I was in, and I'm not trying to be political here. I'm just trying to be funny. I remember in my German class in high school, I said it wrong. Instead of saying, does it feel cold to you? I think the word's kaltes, I think. I said in German, you are cold. And we were having mock conversations in the class. And so I said it to a girl. And my German teacher's like, oh, no. He's like, don't you ever say that in Germany. I was like, what did I say wrong? He's like, you just called her cold instead of saying it feels cold to her or asking her if it feels cold to her. And I said, okay, so why is that a big deal? And he says, well, in Germany, if you tell a woman she's cold, you're insinuating that she's a lesbian. And of course, you got to remember the times. This was the late 80s, early 90s. So it was different. Nowadays, calling someone a lesbian, whatever, no one really cares. I mean, if they're a lesbian, right? But back then, times were different, and I just got through insulting my partner in German class, and I was told not to ever do that again. And he also said that if you told a guy that he was warm, you're calling him gay. And I was really embarrassed because it wasn't my intention to say all that. And don't get me wrong, I don't care if somebody is gay or lesbian. That's not the point of this. This is not a political statement. This is a embarrassing moment that Chip opened his mouth and inserted his foot. On the run from there, I said, okay. Yeah, I learned a few things in that German class. I never got fluent in German, but yeah, keep in mind, I graduated high school in 92. So the fact that I remember any German is amazes me. I do not like the way this guy built this. He should have started off with the bottom first because it's so unstable. It's like it'll fall apart if I push this wrong. Oh, come on. See what I mean? I don't care for it. I am 50. Close though. You're very close. Good guess. Yeah, I turned 50 this year in June. You're 56. Awesome, Jeffo. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do, and I'm not trying to brag, but I actually hear that a lot. It's funny because while I was at work, I used to work for the IRS, and while I was at work, there was this much younger girl hit on me. And I keep my hair short so you can't really see my grays. And because I actually shave my hair about every 2 weeks, sometimes once a week, and so you can't really see the grays. And I remember this really cute girl came up to me and she was flirting with me, and I told her, I said, I'm flattered, but I'm married. And she goes, really, you're married? And I said, yeah, I've got 4 kids. They're all adults. And she goes, there's no way you're that old. And I was like, really? How old do you think I was? She goes, I thought you're maybe 30. And I was like, well, I appreciate the compliment, but I was 49 at the time. I was like, I'm actually 49. And she's like, she goes, I can't believe that. You really are 49? And I was like, yeah. And she was so embarrassed, but it flattered me that some younger girl, in her 30s, early 30s, probably, I don't know, might have been late 20s. I never asked her, but it was very flattering. I mean, hey, yeah. So you think I'm cute? Awesome. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it definitely strokes the ego a little bit. So anyways, guys, this build has a little bit more to go, and I've been going for about 2 hours. So, it's okay. The IRS, I know people I've heard horror stories about the IRS, but the guys I worked with and the gals I worked with, I don't know, we were such a fun group. Like, we really just didn't we didn't say or do anything that was like mean to the public. We actually tried to help people when they made mistakes. Instead of sending people fines and that stuff, I used to write them letters saying, hey, you forgot to sign your return. And I'd send it to them and give them a chance to fix it. Or sometimes people would forget their W-2s, and instead of being harsh about it, I just sent them a letter saying, hey, here's your return back. Please staple your W-2s and give it back to me. And I did a lot of those letters. I probably did about 10 of those letters a night of various things missing. And I could have just given them a fine. But I'll be honest with you, I worked there for 8 months, and I think I only gave a fine once. I only remember once. And it was a guy who included a note with his return. He wouldn't sign it. He put a thumbprint ink on there on the signature, and he said something about being a sovereign citizen, didn't owe taxes, and it was just really nasty. And I think he's the only one that I submitted a fine for, just because I wasn't dealing with that nonsense. Everyone else, if they made a mistake, I was pretty lenient and would give them a chance to fix it, only because, hey, if I make a mistake, I would just appreciate somebody being light-handed and being like, hey, here, you made a mistake, have a chance to fix it. And I'd appreciate it. So I tried to treat people the way I wanted to be treated, and it worked out pretty well. Anyways, guys, thank you for being here. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I thought I wasn't done. Oh, I still have a little bit. You know what? I'm going to finish this because we only have the jousting thing. I thought, based off the instructions, I thought we had a lot more to go. And all we have is a couple flags and a jousting thing. So I'm not going to do a stream just for that. So let's finish it up, shall we? But yeah, working for the IRS, I loved it. To be honest with you, I worked with a really good group of people. I had a really good manager, a really good lead. In fact, sometimes I miss working with them because my lead, his dad was in hospice for part of it. His dad ended up dying, but his dad was in hospice, and he would just come up to me and say, hey, I need to hear a joke. You got any today? And my jokes were not work appropriate. I'm just gonna lay that out there. They were not work appropriate. But my lead would want to hear him anyway. And so I would tell him some of the worst jokes ever that I can't even say on YouTube. And so I really enjoyed working there. And plus, my lead had been there for a long, long time. And so if you had questions about things, he knew exactly the answer. And he was really good at not just giving you the answer, but telling you how to find the answer in the future so that you didn't have to keep going to him. And I appreciated that about him. Really good lead. And my manager was awesome too. My son had his terrible rollover accident while working there, and I did not have enough time off And according to the IRS, if you don't have the time off and you take it, you should be written up and fired. And my boss was so awesome. She was like, I don't even want you worrying about this the night of the accident. She's like, go home, take care of your son. And she says, I will do whatever paperwork I need to do to make sure that you're okay. And a few of my people that I worked for donated some of their PTO. And so I was able to get paid for the time I took off. Yeah, my son wasn't wearing a seatbelt and he rolled an SUV. And so he was severely injured. And at first, he actually scared me. At first, I didn't think he was going to make it because he had to have 15 staples in his head and a couple other things. Anyway, it was awful. But they were so good to me. They were just like, hey, just take the time off you need. Take care of this. We got you. So I actually found working there very, very fun. I've heard other people complain about working there. Maybe it's just the group of people that you work with. I don't know. And hello, Miss Chip. Welcome back. And yes, we're just going to finish this up because I thought we had a ton more to go. Of course, I have 3 of these sets on the table, not just 2. So it's hard for me to tell how many pieces I got left. But I assure you, I have very little. So let's get this jousting thing out of the way. And I actually, I worked with the girl at the hospital. Her name was Jocelyn. And we got this new manager who was an idiot. Sorry, she really was. And she used to call her Jocelyn all the time. And I was like, Jocelyn? What is this? The 1800s or the 1400s? Get it right. It's Jocelyn. And it used to irritate Jocelyn. And she used to tell me, like, on breaks and stuff, like, what's wrong with this woman? And I'm like, I don't know, because I corrected this manager several times and told her what her name was, and she just never got it right. Okay, so we are done. We've got the jousting platform, and we've got the castle done, and I think this looks way better than the original. Let me zoom out here with the camera. They're adding jousting to Minecraft. Awesome, because I play Minecraft with my son. Okay. There we go. Hi, Lila. All right, so we are done with this build. Keep in mind that this is not the first one of these that we're going to do. I like doing these mocks so much that one of the next ones is probably going to be after I come back. But let me show you my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, wrong button. This is the next one I want to do. It's the other 3-in-1, the Haunted Mansion. If you have 2 of them and 186 extra pieces, which if you look at the pieces, none of them are specialty. I have all of these. And so, so we're going to go ahead and do this Haunted Tavern here. And that's going to go right in the city. So, and I think it looks great because it's a custom building. And if you guys have never seen my Lego city, let me just explain a little bit about it. I don't like typical Lego cities that I see on the internet. And that's because so many of them, they just take official Lego sets, line them up, maybe put a street in front of it, and they say, oh, look at my city. Yes, it is your city, but it's also a bunch of official Lego sets lined up. So it's not really your creation. If you've seen my city, I only have 2 official Lego sets in the city as of right now. Everything's custom. And that's the way I want it. I want it to be as much custom as possible. I know I'm going to put other official Lego sets in there eventually, but I want it to be as much custom as I can get. And this haunted tavern, I think, will be a nice touch. I mean, you know, hey, minifigures need a place where they can drink, relax, let the hair down, you know, have fun, even maybe pick up a chick or two. Who knows? I love. Oh, let me see. Let me go back to this. I love the haunted mansion or the haunted tavern. I don't know if I can blow this up or not. I'm going to try. Oh, blow it up. Oh, don't do that. No. Okay. See this dude right here with the mohawk and his girl? I love that. That is so freaking sweet. And then this guy right here with the beard thing, the neck beard and the regular hair looks freaking awesome, especially for a haunted tavern. Anyway, that's going to be one of my next projects. That's probably going to be when I get back from Texas, because I don't have time to set everything up for that. I'm leaving on Tuesday. So thanks for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hit that like button if you would, subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon, and be good to each other and stay safe out there. I will catch you on my next stream.